What's the date today? 23rd?
I don't know.
Hmm.
I think it's 24th. I think 22nd was
Friday.
Friday.
All right. Sunday morning, May 24th. We got an early start this morning down to Bell Tower, and we got a day of a lot of variety today. Dale's been wanting to fix these two brothers' headstones. They were both service members, so today's an appropriate day. Over time, gophers and ground settling, they tend to make the headstones no longer level. And it's also nice to have the headstones up just a little bit to where they can be more easily seen. So today we're digging these out and releveling and do a little cleanup on them. First couple shovels, Dale thought it was going to be a difficult task because the ground's pretty hard this time of year, even though the place looks still amazingly green. The air is fresh this morning. There's a lot of fog and mist, so there's a lot of morning dew. Did you bring gloves?
Of course not.
Did you bring?
Well, actually, I do. I did. I do have gloves, but
Awesome. Would you like the lawn rake to kind of move that in? Is that the post we use for Carmody?
yeah.
Oh, where's it been? I
It was
forgot.
by
We
hand.
hid it
It
somewhere.
was by hand.
See, hiding stuff only works if we remember where it's hidden.
I hid it over here because I knew I was going to do these.
I also have the flat shovel. Look at this nice wide area. Woo! Now. What do they say on the show? That is layer after layer of dormant muscle.
Yeah. When you first start, it's kind of tough.
Yeah. Yeah, this one's probably a little easier because it has the benefit of the tree.
You just flip it up.
I reckon. Hate to see you go to your knees this early in the morning, though. I don't think we've ever set these guys. If we did, it's been a long time.
All right,
Get the Abby Miller one there. I think maybe we'll lift that a little bit too. I mean, she looks pretty good there, but the gophers just make it difficult sometimes. Huh, I see this brother has a root.
That's why it was lifted up.
Yeah, that's all right. I'll take that out.
No.
What's that?
It's good dirt.
Uh, Over there by the Carmody Redwood, there's some really good
You know what?
mounds.
I'm gonna get me a small bucket. I'll get some fresh dirt.
Buckets on the back of my truck.
Oh,
You can use those water buckets. That dirt's pretty good. Just a few inches down. So these sub headstones have never had any base rock underneath it. So we'll just go back with putting them on level ground. We can get better stability if we go with some base rock, but we don't have a supply of base rock up here. When we're doing something different, heavier, then we'll do better planning on foundations. But this here is just leveling, getting it situated to where it looks good. Yeah.
How much would you like?
I don't know, maybe. Yeah, that's looking good. Oh, thank you.
Here, let's put that one down.
Yeah. You know, I'm looking at this one and he was off to the left. I don't want to change that, but curious. I think he
Yeah.
would have been more centered with the family, the large
This one was
stone.
exactly there.
Yeah.
We now have enough
You
cake
want
there.
to maybe cut it back a little bit to even him up with his brother.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about right.
Do I need to put more in there?
Let's see. Yeah. It's a few inches probably. If we want to get him level with his brother, that's probably good. Put this side down. We'll do the same for that side. Yeah, that's looking better. Like that. Got myself a haircut yesterday.
Oh, please.
Juliet wanted some Mickey D's, so I said, while we were in line, I said, "Do you mind eating it in the car while I get a haircut?" And she said, "No." I got my, forget what she said on her phone, but you know.
It's much better.
Oh, yeah. So I'm gonna go up a little bit on this corner here. Yeah, that looks real good. Very nice.
Oh, that's much nicer. I don't mind putting flags on them now.
Yeah. Alfred B. Harrington and William B. Harrington. All right, I got some water. We can clean these up a little bit to make them, and I also got a broom. I'll snag the broom. Today being the Sunday before Memorial, I would like to think that we'll get more visitors today. Some family members perhaps coming up to visit their relatives at the cemetery. That's my hope. You know, a lot of these families have had their family plots for 120 years, and through the generations they've been coming to Bloomfield Cemetery and semi struggling with what they see, because without an administration taking care of things, you can imagine everything grows really good here in Bloomfield. And if the landscape is not cared for and left to grow wild, nature really tries to take everything back over a short amount of time too. And for a long time, the cemetery had that going on. You know, the folks in town did what they could on a cleanup day in May, I think it was, which was usually like the hottest day of the year. And a lot of the folks who were helping, despite their good heart and intentions, they weren't in the physical condition to do the kind of work that was necessary in order to maintain a pioneer style Victorian cemetery on one day. Oop. Teresa's flowers. I don't know if these guys would benefit with D2 on it.
I got it.
Yeah, there's a little bit of discoloration, but I think that's probably from years of the dirt on the corners, perhaps. But I guess when it dries out, it wouldn't hurt to give it a little shot. Doing the bonus stone. So I'm thinking that we have three brothers here: Alfred, William, and John. John would be. You see a J on that? There it is. Yeah, John C. Harrington. So he's born in 1887. This one's born in 1891, and this one here has unfortunately no date. So unless there's a date on the front of the stone for William, and that's Benjamin.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's okay. Where's so Benjamin comes out this way, or unless that's a B.
This could use some.
You know, it's interesting here, right next
Yep.
to the.
B.
Okay, all right, that explains that. All right. So Abby's facing that way. Benjamin's facing east, as the three brothers are too. So wow, it's funny. We look at things all the time, but until we
You
stop
really
and
took it.
study it. All right, let's do a recap. The one Dale's working on right now is for John C. Harrington. His information is right there on the back of the family headstone, which they do a lot of times. They got on the family plot, they'll do one large headstone and then sub headstones. So that's for the brother John Harrington. April 27th, 1887 to December 16th. This guy's was your birthday. December 16th, 1908. His brother William B. Harrington, Private, 39th Infantry, 4th Division, December 28th, 1940. Alfred B. Harrington, Private, U.S. Army, World War I, February 7th, 1891, September 3, 1969. There's Abby Matilda Miller, which I have a write-up about on the Facebook page on the with the rest of the Harringtons. Benjamin Harrington. So this would be the father. May 5th, 1830 to April 22nd, 1902. And there's his stone, which we'll get to next. Get that straightened, and we'll get some D2 put on that, both these stones, so they clean up nicely. The two brothers that we just leveled, we'll put a little D2 on those too, but generally they're pretty clean, other than discoloration from years of soil on the corners. So that'll get those guys situated. It's always nice to kind of make new new discoveries. When we get into something and start working the site, we learn stuff too. Even though I've been working this place for a while, it's good to learn stuff.